How much should a neg earn? Today I'm joined by Toby Phillips, who's the boss man of the Martin & Co and Xperience franchise brands. Toby, how much should a neg earn? Talk to me.
Well, I'm going to change the question slightly, Chris.
Okay.
How much should a neg earn a business?
Ah.
So it's not, again, you've probably at that time, lots of negs sitting on their chairs, lots of business owners squirming at the moment. There isn't a God-given right to earn anything. However, there is an amount that every negotiator should earn a business. And I call that, what is the value of every negotiator's desk? What's the desk value, Chris?
Surely you have to earn a lot more than what you get paid.
Yes. You have to have a return on investment.
Because a lot of people don't realise the boss has national insurance to pay on top of your salary and pensions.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if you're on 25 grand, that's probably going to be nearer 30 grand.
Absolutely.
Yeah, on top. So let's just say a take-home pay of an egg is 30 grand. Say, that's OTE.
Yeah.
What should the neg earn?
Well, let's look at it from a point of view. So I've got 4 desks. I've got 4 negotiators. Each desk has a value. Now, you could say, and I'm going to show my age now, my front 2 desks are my most valuable. Those 2 desks there have got to be worth £120,000 each.
If you're paying them 30?
If you're paying 30.
So that's 4 times.
Got to be at that level. Now, if you're then paying at 25 because the people are a little bit less experienced, haven't been in the business long, you'd probably say, okay, look, those 2 desks for me are probably worth between 75 and 100. I don't know a desk in a estate agency that should not be worth less than £75,000. When you take into on board basic salary, as you were saying, NI, car, everything now that the world expects people to have and everything else, an estate agency desk, there should not be a desk in an office of 75. So if I'm speaking to you as our negotiator, Chris, what are you looking to bank this year? If you say to me, oh, well, actually, Toby, I'm looking to bank 60, I'd be saying, well, I'm really sorry, I don't have any 60 grand desks. It's 75 in your first year. It has to be that cut off.
Okay, so how would you classify earning 75 grand?
You are banking 75k in this business. So what you would be doing.
Yeah, but does that include a neg and the punter says, I want a free valuation?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, but they haven't done anything to earn that.
So what you're looking at is, to make this really, really clear with people who work for me, is I'm only interested in your result. How you get to that result is the part that I will support and help you with. So it's the number of market appraisals you need, to the number of instructions the branch needs. That will then generate the amount of viewings, etc. you need. Now, when we're working that matrix and you're reducing it down to the smallest common denominator, every single person will have the activity drives the result. So I wouldn't be saying to you, I want 4 sales this month, Chris. I'd be saying to you, right, Chris, I need 20 market appraisals booked from you. I then know how many instructions that will give me, how many viewings that will give me, how many sales that will give me. You can even break it down a little bit more, how many outgoing phone calls you need to make. That will then give me the denomination of, you target the activity, and that will calculate the bankings number. So I need 75k banked from that desk for that desk to be commercially viable.
And when you say neg, are these negs a neg who values, or just an office-based?
Just an office-based sales negotiator. So not valuing yet, not your spearhead valuer in the branch, but just, I've got 2 negs in my business. One's been with me 3 years. That desk is then worth 120k in a bad year. You're brand new, fantastic, but your desk is worth 75k, and I will then target your activity according to those banking numbers.
That requires me to sit down and actually look at the front end, which I think most estate agents are not very good at, are they?
The only place, that's the, if we talked about trains earlier, didn't we?
Did.
That's the front carriage. If you're not driving your front, the front of the train is your market appraisal. Your market appraisal drives the rest of the carriages. So your front end, the back end is just a byproduct. The banking part
Yeah, it's the outcome, isn't
is
it?
the outcome. So it's all about.
It's all about free vals.
That's it. So if your staff aren't bought into, you can't sit there and wait for the phone to ring. If I'm generating that activity, the bankings are secondary.
Do you think we as an industry distinguish between a phoned in free val and one that's actually generated by the actions of a neg?
We'll come on to that one of our next videos, I think, Chris, because I think that's a topic on its own. However, to answer your question, no, we don't. So if I said to you, how's your day gone today? And you said, I booked 5 market appraisals.
Because you picked the phone up first.
I wouldn't even get to that part. I'd be saying to you, well done, have a great night, should we go to the pub? To say well done on those 5 MAs. What we don't do, which we should do, is saying, let's just break down the source analysis of those MAs. If that phone hadn't rung or that lead hadn't pinged through the inbox, what did you do to generate those 5 MAs? So where did they come from that actually they wouldn't have unless Chris Watkins was sat in that chair?
Because we don't do that as an industry, do we?
No. And it's one of our biggest opportunities. And those 2 market appraisals that I will generate, because you've told me where to look for them, they're incremental. And if you think I'm going to generate 2 additional market appraisals every week, so that'll be 104 a year, I convert them through at 50 instructions, depending on case size, just that incremental productivity, will put masses on my bottom line, just that incremental part, because it will happen anyway.
So what you're saying is that it's whilst you should be aware of the numbers of what you're doing, especially when it comes to free vals, you've got to look under the bonnet and deep dive, and don't just take what the neg clicked
Absolutely.
on the CRM.
It's the biggest smoke and mirrors in our business. If you have staff shortage, you've got 1 negotiator, their numbers will be colossal. But all they're going to be doing is a telephone answering service or an email service. What I want to get the right number in my branch, so that actually if we don't proactively hunt and gather, the numbers go backwards. Because actually if I've gone from 2 negotiators to 3 and my result's the same, it's just a distribution of labour. What I want is with 2 I get X, so 3 should give me this after a period of time.
Bosses need to be accountable for their numbers and their team in a nutshell.
Absolutely spot on.
Thank you for your time today.
Perfect, thank you, Chris.